morning. So today we will solve the problems on hyperbola. Already we have derived the hyperbola equation derivation, and then we have seen what all formulas we can use in the hyperbola, and what all ways we can use. That is, if the parabola lies on the origin, and then if it lies on the other point like h comma k, then we have seen what all formulas we can use. Now let us solve the problems on hyperbola. So let us take the first problem. Find the length of axis, length of latus rectum, eccentricity, and coordinates of the foci of the hyperbola x square divided by 25 minus y square divided by 9 is equal to 1. Now, this is what the given problem, that is x square divided by 25 minus y square divided by 9 is equal to 1. This we can compare with our hyperbola equation. What is the hyperbola equation? That is x square divided by a square minus y square divided by b square is equal to 1. Now, when we compare here, we can say that a square value is 25. A square value is 25. So when we take square on the other side, it will become square root. So a value will be 5. Similarly, b square value is 9 here. B square value is 9. When you take square that side, it will become square root. So b value is 3. Now we have to find out, the first thing we have to find is lengths of axis. Here in hyperbola, we are having two lengths, that is major and minor. Where here in hyperbola, we call them as transverse and conjugate. Transverse is your major, whereas conjugate is your minor. So transverse axis and then conjugate axis. So here, length of transverse axis. Here, for your convenience, I have listed down all the formulas which is related to the hyperbola when we are using the formula x square divided by a square minus y square divided by b square is equal to 1. Okay. Here we can check that length of transverse axis, t axis, is 2a. And similarly, length of conjugate axis is 2b. Here they have asked length of axis, means both axes we need to solve. So length of transverse axis is equal to 2a. A value just now we have calculated, that is 5. 2 into 5 is 10. Similarly, length of conjugate axis is 2b. So 2 into b value is 3. So it is 6. So first one we have calculated, that is the length of axis. Now let us find out the length of latus rectum. Length of latus rectum. Length of latus rectum, as per the formula, it is 2b square divided by a. So we will make use of that formula here. Length of latus rectum is equal to 2b square divided by a. B square value already we know, that is 9, and a value we know that it is 5. So we will substitute here. B square value is 9 and then a value as 5. So 2 into 9 is 18 and then 5 as it is. As we cannot cancel it directly, so we can leave as it is. Okay. Next thing is you have to identify the eccentricity. Okay. Now let us calculate the eccentricity. Eccentricity is given by b square is equal to a square into bracket e square minus 1. Either you can make use of this formula or else directly you can make use of this formula, either of one. If you could able to remember this, you can make use of this, or else this formula can be used. Okay. Now here I have made the formula as b square is equal to a square into bracket e square minus 1. I have used this. So b square value, it is 9. A square value, it is 25. So e square minus 1. So 25, if we are taking it on the other side, here it is multiplication. When it goes on the other side, it will be divided by. It is now e square minus 1. Now 1, if we are taking it on the other side, it will become plus 1 because minus 1 it is there. So it will be 1 plus 9 divided by 25. Here it will be e square. Okay. Now we will take LCM. Here LCM will be 25. 1 25s are 125 are 25, 25 ones are. When you multiply, 1 into 25 is 25, plus 9 into 1 is 9. So 25 plus 9 is 34, whereas denominator will be 25. When you take the square on the other side, it will become square root here. Okay, square root. So square root of 34, it is not a perfect square root, so we will keep it as it is. Square root of 25 is 5. So this is what the eccentricity value. Eccentricity value will be root 34 divided by 5. Okay. Next, we are supposed to calculate the coordinates of the foci. Okay. Coordinates of the foci. Coordinates of the foci is given by S is equal to A E comma 0, whereas S dash will be equal to minus A E comma 0. We will make use of the A into E comma 0. A value is 5. E value just now we have calculated. It is root 34 divided by 5, comma 0. 5 and 5 gets cancelled because here multiplication sign is there. So left out is root 34 comma 0. That is one of the coordinate. Similarly, we have to calculate the other coordinate, that is S dash. S dash is given by minus AE comma 0. Minus A value is 5. E value is root 34 divided by 5. Again here 5 and 5 gets cancelled. So left out is minus root 34 comma 0. This is the other coordinate. This is how we are going to solve the problems in hyperbola. We have to remember all these formulas here listed down so that we can make use of these formulas while solving the problem. Now let us take another problem. Find the lengths of axis, length of latus rectum, eccentricity, distance between the foci, and the coordinates of the foci of the hyperbola. 25x square minus 16y square is equal to 400. This is what the given problem. But this problem, it is not matching with our standard hyperbola equation. What is the standard hyperbola equation? X square divided by a square minus y square divided by b square is equal to 1. So we have to convert this. How we can convert? We can just see the formula that on the RHS we are having 1. So what we will do is we will divide the total equation by this 400 so that we get 1 on the RHS side. Okay. Dividing the whole equation by 400, what we are going to get? Means when we divide this equation by 400, so here it will be 400. Here also it will be divided by 400. And here also it will be divided by 400. Okay. RHS side automatically it will be 1 because 400 and 400 gets cancelled. You will be getting 1. Now 25 ones are 25 16s are 400. Similarly 16 ones are 16 25s are 400. Okay. Cancel. So we will get this equation. Now this equation you can compare it with our hyperbola equation. Comparing with the hyperbola equation, x square divided by a square minus y square divided by b square is equal to 1. So similarly as our earlier problem, we just compare. A square value is 16, whereas b square value is 25. A square value is 16 and b square value is 25. When square, we are taking it on the other side, you will get square root and then we will get 4 as the answer. Similarly, square, if we are taking it on the other side, we will get 5 as the answer. So A value is 4, whereas B value is 5. Till here, we have calculated the A value and then B value. Now, we will come to the actual problem. That is, we have to calculate the lengths of the axis. Now, there are two lengths. that is the length of transverse axis, and then length of conjugate axis. Length of, so here length of the transverse axis is 2a. So 2 into a value is 4, we will get 8. Length of the conjugate axis is 2b. 2 into b value, it is 5. So 2 into 5 is 10. Now we have to calculate length of the latus rectum. Length of the latus rectum. So length of the latus rectum is given by 2b square divided by a. Okay, 2b square divided by a. B square already we know it is 25. So directly we will substitute here 2 into b square value divided by a value. A value is 4. We will substitute here. Now we will cancel here. 2 ones are 2, 2s are. So answer left out is 25 divided by 2. So this is how we have calculated the length of latus rectum. Now we have to calculate the eccentricity. So eccentricity is given by b square is equal to a square into bracket e square minus 1. B square is equal to a square into bracket e square minus 1. So b square value is 25, whereas a square value is 16. We will substitute here. So a square value, b square value into bracket e square minus 1. So 16 we will take it on the other side. It will become divided by, so 25 divided by 16 e square minus 1. Minus 1 if we take it on the other side, it will become plus 1. So it will be 1 plus 25 divided by 16, whereas on the other side you will be left out with e square. Now take the LCM. 16 will be the LCM. So 1 16s are, then 16 ones are. So 1 16s are 16, 25 ones are 25. When you add 25 plus 16, you will be getting 41 divided by 16. When you take square on the other side, it will become square root. Okay. So 41 is not a perfect square root. So it will be 41. 16 square root is 4. Okay. So eccentricity value will be root 41 divided by 4. That is how we will be calculating the eccentricity. Next thing, we have to calculate the distance between the foci. Okay. Distance between the foci. So distance between the foci is given by 2AE. Distance between the foci is given by 2AE. Okay. We will substitute here 2AE. A value is 4. E value is square root of 41 divided by 4. Okay. Now here you can write as 4 and 4 gets cancelled. So you'll be left out with 2 into root 41. That is what the distance between the foci. Next thing, they have asked us to find out the coordinates of the foci. Okay. So the coordinates of the foci is given by S AE comma 0, whereas S dash it is minus AE comma 0. So A into E. A value is 4, E value is root 41 divided by 4 comma 0. Here 4 and 4 gets cancelled. Left out is root 41 comma 0. Similarly, other coordinate S dash is equal to minus AE comma 0. Here minus 4 root 41 divided by 4, that is E value. 4 and 4 gets cancelled. So left out will be minus root 41 comma 0. So this is how we are going to find out the values of the given problem in the hyperbola. Okay. Now let us take an example where the hyperbola doesn't lie on the origin. Hyperbola doesn't lie on the origin. The previous two problems, whatever we have solved, here the hyperbola lies on the origin. Okay. Now let us take another problem. where hyperbola doesn't lie on the origin. Means the point, center point is at h comma k. Okay. So let us take the problem. Find the center, length of axis, length of latus rectum, eccentricity, distance between foci, and coordinates of the foci of the hyperbola. Given hyperbola is x minus 1 whole square divided by 25 minus y plus 1 whole square divided by 16 is equal to 1. This is what the given problem. Now comparing with the ellipse, with the hyperbola equation. Comparing with the hyperbola equation, x minus h whole square divided by a square minus y minus k whole square divided by b square is equal to 1. If the center is not at the origin, if it is at h comma k, this will be the hyperbola equation. Okay, this also already we have seen. So when we compare these two, what we can say is a square value is 25. So obviously a value will be 5 when we take square on the other side. B square value is 16. So square you take it on the other side, it will become square root. So it will be 4. Now regarding h value, here you can just compare, that is x minus 1. When you are comparing, it is x minus h. So what we can say is h value is equal to 1. Okay, because here minus is there, here also minus is there, h 1. Similarly, when you compare with the other one, that is y plus 1 is there in our given problem, whereas in our standard hyperbolic equation, it is y minus k. So what you can say is 1 is equal to minus k, or else we can say minus if you are taking that side. So minus 1 is equal to k, or else k is equal to minus 1. Okay. So here we can get, we have got h is equal to 1 and then k is equal to minus 1. Okay. Now we have calculated a value, b value, h value, k value. Now we will see, we will solve the problem. They have asked you to find out the center, then length of the axis. Okay. Then they have asked you to find out the length of latus rectum, eccentricity, distance between foci, and coordinates. So first one will take center. So here center is given by h comma k, which we have already calculated. So we will just substitute that. Center is equal to h comma k. So h value is 1, whereas k value is minus 1. Okay. Next, they have asked you to find out the lengths of the axis. Here there are two lengths, that is transverse and then conjugate. So length of transverse axis is given by 2a, whereas length of conjugate axis is given by 2b. Okay. Transverse is 2a, conjugate is 2b. These are the lengths of the axis. So 2 into a value is 5. So 2 5s are 10. Similarly, b value 2 into b, that is b value is 4. So it will be 8. Now they have asked you to calculate the length of latus rectum. Length of latus rectum is given by 2b square divided by a. 2b square divided by a. Directly we'll substitute b square value and a value. Okay, b square value is 16, whereas a value is 5. So 2 into 16 is 32 divided by 5. We cannot cancel directly, so we will keep it as it is. So next they have asked you to calculate the eccentricity, distance between foci, and coordinates of the foci. First we will calculate the eccentricity. So eccentricity is given by b square is equal to a square into bracket e square minus 1. Okay, this is what my eccentricity. So substitute, b square value is 16, whereas a square value is 25. So substitute here, So 25, if you are taking it on the other side, it will become divided by -1. If you take it on the other side, it will become +1. Just now we have seen. Okay. So take this LCM. 1 25s are, then 25 ones are. So it will be 25 plus 16. 25 plus 16, it is 41 divided by 25. So when you take square root, the square, when you take it on the other side, it will become square root of 41, and then square root of 25 is 5. So eccentricity value is square root of 41 divided by 5. Now if they have asked you to calculate the distance between the foci, distance between the foci is given by 2AE. Distance between the foci is given by 2AE. A value is 5, whereas E value just now we have calculated, it is root 41 divided by 5. Substitute here. 5 and 5 gets cancelled. So answer left out is 2 into root 41. Okay, that is what the distance of foci. Now similarly, we have to calculate the coordinates of the foci. Coordinates of the foci is given by AE plus H comma K, and then minus AE plus H comma K. So these are the coordinates of the foci. So S is equal to AE plus H comma K. A value is 5. E value just now calculated, that is root 41 divided by 5, plus H. H value is 1, comma K value is -1. Now 5 and 5 gets cancelled, multiplication division. So left out answer is root 41 plus 1, comma -1. Keep as it is. Similarly, S dash minus AE plus H, comma K. Okay, minus A value is 5, E value is root 41 divided by 5, H value is +1, and K value is -1. Substitute 5 and 5, again it gets cancelled. When it is getting cancelled, we'll be left out with minus root 41 plus 1, comma -1. So this is what the coordinate of the foci. And this is how we are going to solve the problems on hyperbola. Thank you. In the next video, we'll further see different problems. Or today, we'll end the class. Okay, thank you.